Welcome back to What Happened TV. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at what happened to the Hill House, featured on the Hotel Inspector episode from Season 7, Episode 2, where Alex Polizzi takes a trip to on-Wye in Herefordshire, England, to visit the family home and B&B hotel of couple Duncan and Alex. Making such little profits with no money to even pay staff and his wife working another job left Duncan in control of the struggling business. Eco-inspired Hill House was scrappy, dusty,
look how filthy this is,
covered in cobwebs and just generally unhygienic and unkept for paying guests.
That disgusting fish tank that is completely furred up. I find that rather off-putting.
And included one of the angriest and infuriating interactions with Polizzi and an owner I've seen yet. So it's time to find out what was the fate of Hill House after airing.
You know, I'm all for shabby chic, but this is shabby shite.
Finishing the episode with a renovated bedroom and bathroom, which he wasn't happy with.
Well, I'm not grateful. Sorry.
And some recommendations from magazine and blog holders, it was looking up for an eventual grateful Duncan and the guest house.
But I'm not really, I'm very grateful really. Yeah, I am.
Okay. But let's take a little look. First off, TripAdvisor. Now, with over 209 reviews and an average of 4.5 stars, it isn't looking too bad, ranking at number 3 in guest houses in the area. So let's take a look at some of their most recent reviews. The first one is titled Dopey Dirty Duncan, which isn't exactly positive, but it does mention Hotel Inspector, so it could be just a troll leaving a review here. So let's find the most recent bad review with some actual receipts. So here's one. They included a lot of photos, so they have actually been, and this is from, bear in mind, 2 years ago. Atrocious place. My wife and I booked in for 2 nights. First impressions were poor as we approached the property, walking by rusting vehicles and half-completed building projects. We then entered the smelly, dirty, junk-strewn reception, where we were greeted by a very large, smelly, noisy, out-of-control dog. We then went to our room, where things only got worse. It was dirty, smelly, mouldy, cold, damp, and infested by insects. Please see the attached photos for details. At this point, it was too late to find anywhere else, otherwise we would have walked straight out. As it was, we had to sleep in the damp, dirty, stained bedsheets and left in the morning a day early. This definitely does not sound good and pretty damning, but of course with bad there is always good, and let's hope they've cleaned up since 2 years ago. Even so, the majority of reviews are stating it's a home from home and that the hosts are great. A lot of reviews seem to be from people who are regulars, and a lot mention that it's quirky, and even warn that it's not for picky people who are expecting a 5-star hotel, and liken it to Marmite. The house doesn't really look upgraded in any way, as there's no recent room photos to find. So with the TripAdvisor check out of the way, let's check the other socials. So looking around, I did find it a little confusing as their branding and name seemed to be a bit mismatched in places, with the TripAdvisor site called The Hill House and the ancient website URL called The Howling Hill House, which I presume alludes to their paranormal history, but it would probably be better to just streamline their name. More importantly, I wanted to address the website, which people aren't actually booking from, but it is dreadful. It tells you what you need to know about the property and a little of its history, but it's from a bygone era. They have a lot of better photos, and I'm sure could get some new ones done as well, as these web pages are just not helping whatsoever. Some of these photos are as old as before Polizzi visited. It wouldn't take an afternoon to fix this, and isn't a great first impression if you manage to stumble across this site first. I have a feeling they did attempt a website with an old post on Facebook talking about their new and improved site, but alas, the link is broken and their main website link goes nowhere, not even to TripAdvisor, so not great web management there. Aside from blurry photos, what have they been up to? It looks like they had a water explosion and some ceiling plaster that came down. luckily just as the guests were leaving, which I'm sure is fixed now. They also seem to be hosting Dungeon and Dragon gaming weekends. So did they ever get that build finish they mentioned in the show?
This is going to be the Eco House. Yeah.
2020?
Yeah, probably.
Well, it looks like they did create a new outdoor build entitled the Underhill House, marketing it as a luxury hobbit hole/cave Airbnb. This also has its own Facebook and an Airbnb page, so let's check that out. It looks very cute with painted mural walls, a wood fire stove, hot tub and some composting loos. At around £100 a night, it's got a good 4.8 star rating, with people complimenting it highly. Their most recent review stating that it was stunning and comfortable, but there is no showers and the toilets were unpleasant. Another recent low review also stating similar complaint that it was generally untidy, needed a clean about with difficulties with shower situation and an awkward hot tub. So it looks like there's still little improvements to finesse with the Underhill House, but it is a unique stay and I'm sure will be booked up regardless. Also, with their haunted house reputation, they've been featured on a ghost hunting show called Are You Haunted, and seem to bring in a lot of clientele interested in the same type of thing to stay there. Now, speaking of the unusual, I think we have to mention Hill House's Facebook page. With a public business page, you expect a professional looking page with updates, improvements, good reviews and events, updates, etc. to show yourself to your best. But Duncan seems to treat this more like a private gossipy WhatsApp group, albeit with not much activity on the page as of late. If you scroll back a little further, you come across a barrage of bantery daily updates, revealing info on current guests, without naming names luckily, joking about what they're up to. We all know Duncan is a little eccentric and has a unique sense of humour from the show.
It's a lovely sound, isn't it? Crunching bones. It's Alex.
And his guest house obviously reflects that, which is fine.
Be a little joke. A skeleton in every closet. Probably Duncan's idea of a bit of fun.
But some of these posts, especially to new visitors, could be a bit disconcerting if you don't know the man already. For example, this one, joking about feeding his guests to the pigs. Yikes. With other posts generally just gossiping about naughty people, alluding to swingers, joking about filming them in the hot tub and consistently talking about naughty guests, having pictures available soon. It's all a little odd and not at all what I was expecting to see. There's nothing wrong with a giggle here and there, but maybe it'd be better off just privating some of these old, possibly drunken ramblings. It's just not really a good look.
It's still a fucking mess.
Now, onto the controversial bedroom makeover. Although Duncan's approach was very rude,
This is nasty, cheap, low quality, 2-star Lorette de Mar. Crappy little Lloyd Loom chairs.
the chairs though, but
okay.
why is that so difficult?
Well, I'm not grateful. Sorry.
I do believe he was right with the decor. Obviously Polizzi made it cleaner and generally much better, but the now added leather armchairs and drapes do give it a little extra something, which seems to have stayed in recent pictures. What do you think? Were you team Alex or Duncan on the bedroom makeover? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, she's done as she was told.
Overall, it seems Hill House has carved a niche of loyal customers and some more income from their Airbnb, and I will assume it's working out okay for them. But perhaps with a few fixes here and there and maybe a little improvement on their marketing, it could be even better. So that's what happened to the Hill House. We wish good luck to Duncan and his family and their future endeavours, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you like videos like this, where we deep dive into what happened to various businesses and people featured on entertainment shows such as The Hotel Inspector and many more. Don't forget to comment your thoughts below, and if you haven't watched this episode before, I will link it up in the description for you to check out.